Hello, I'm Shaun Thomas, and today I'm going to be going over 3.5-2. Um, so here's our code, and then when you run it, as you can see, it starts, and then it will output the time it takes to generate the image. And here's the image that's generated. So it replaces the cube that's provided initially with the sphere, and it maps the wooden texture onto the sphere instead of the cube. Um, so now I'm going to go ahead and walk through my contribution to the code. So the first thing that I added right here is uh, having the OBJ parser parse the sphere OBJ instead of the cube OBJ. Um, and then right here, I just simply added this scene.calculating bounding sphere. Um, so this stores the center of the sphere. And I believe someone else implemented this function, but I made it so we save it up here. And then right here, I have this new method, calculate spherical UV. So essentially this method takes a 3D point on the surface of the sphere, and then it converts into a 2D texture coordinate system pretty much. So that the flat image of the texture can be mapped onto the sphere. Um, so basically it takes the direction from the sphere center to the point and then converts it so that there's a spherical coordinate, which is what theta is, which represents basically the horizontal angle around the y-axis, and then also phi, which represents the vertical angle from the top of the sphere. Um, so that way the texture can be wrapped around the entire sphere in 2D points. Instead of having the texture be duplicated all over the sphere, it's just one texture that's wrapped around the sphere. So the next thing that I worked on is I added this part to the color trace array function. It's just the trace array function, but essentially what I did here is uh, when the ray hits a triangle, instead of using the triangle's built-in UV data, it takes in the 3D intersection point on the surface and passes it into calculate sphere right here, spherical UV, so that again, um, it can map the curved point on the sphere into a specific 2D point uh, that allows uh, the flat texture to be mapped on the sphere, um, and then it returns that right here. And then pretty much what happens is that it uses the values converted um, to map the correct color there. And if nothing is hit by the ray, then it just returns just the background color. And then I believe that's pretty much all the main um, contributions I had for this assignment so far. So that was 3.5-2 for our graphics assignment.